Oh, hey, we're here.
Hey.
Steven, welcome back.
Thanks.
Steven's back. We got a new setting. It's,
Yeah, a little different.
Yeah, just slightly different.
Right.
So back to Thursday Night Live. You you made it back alive.
Made it back alive.
From
I'm
vacation.
healthy and feeling good right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was back in Michigan
Yeah.
for about 2 weeks there, and yeah, it was a good trip. It was
Good.
a really good trip.
Yeah.
I would say that the heat, coming back to this heat, was a reminder.
Yeah, that it's hot here.
It's hot here and it's California. Michigan was beautiful. It was.
Yeah.
I lucked out. I hit the best weather, I think they said, of all summer,
Yeah.
because it had been like 90 and 90% humidity, so
Yeah,
that's worse
it's not
than this. But yeah, we had like 70s and 80s and 60-degree nights,
Yeah.
and we had a little bit of rain and a thunderstorm,
Yeah.
which I missed tons.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, does Michigan get fireflies? Do you guys get
We
them?
do.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, we were first week we spent up at a lake area near the Thumb, Port Austin, which I need to talk to Mike Myers,
Yeah.
who's on our team as well, because he always mentions when I'm going back to Michigan, he always mentions Bad Axe. I didn't really realize it. I was in Bad Axe basically that whole week, so it was fun.
What are you saying?
Bad Axe, like an axe.
I'm like,
It's a
is this
bad
YouTube appropriate?
axe. Yeah, no, an axe.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
Okay.
super fun. We were on Lake Huron in the Thumb.
Yeah.
But we were in the Gulf area,
Yeah.
kind of like right there. So
Cool.
it was super cool. It was fun. I got to hang out
Yeah.
with my family. Got to see my new baby niece, Violet.
Yeah, I was gonna say what was her name? Violet.
Violet
Great.
Joy.
It's a beautiful name.
And yeah, she's just she's awesome. She's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
She loves her mom. Always looking for mama. But I got to hold her and see her. She's only a month and a half old, and hang out with my niece and my nephew. They're 5 and 3, and
Yeah.
in those fireflies.
Yeah,
At night
yeah.
we were like punking out. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
super cool.
Cool.
I got took over like 750 photos.
Yeah.
So
Sounds fun.
my sister-in-law had a camera, so I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Just a couple.
Right. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy to be back.
Yeah, it's good to have you back.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went surfing with Will McCarty the other day.
Oh, did you
so,
really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Our
The man behind the scenes.
man behind the scenes. That's right. And so it's great.
That's
Great
fun.
to be back.
Where'd you guys go surfing?
We went to Ventura.
All right.
Ventura home break.
Yeah. That's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So
we got a new setting here.
Yes, that's
I'm
right.
sure everyone kind of picked up on that. So, yeah.
we're actually in the youth center.
We're in the
tonight.
youth center.
Should we tell them that?
No,
We're
yeah.
supposed to be
We're in the youth center, actually.
Right.
Yeah, we noticed that we're trying to figure out with when we've been doing it in the sanctuary. We wanted the sanctuary in the background in some
Right.
ways because, I don't know, we want you to feel like you can still enter the sanctuary,
Right.
at least virtually, which you can still do on Sunday mornings, obviously.
Of course.
But we kind of wanted to give you a midweek picture of it, and then we just kind of thought production-wise,
Yeah.
lighting is easier in here, sound is... I mean, we can test. We'll find this out after. But
Right.
sound seems better to us.
Right. And
So,
yeah, and something a little bit more sustainable. Something maybe we could keep up for a more while.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It's Thursdays, going in the sanctuary every day, setting it up. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see how it
It's all a
goes.
good thing.
Let us know if you like the new
Yeah,
setting.
Yeah.
And yeah, another reminder that if you have any questions or any thoughts or anything, go ahead, drop them in the comments. We have a big screen now to see.
Yeah, we don't have to like lean in and squint our eyes.
Yeah,
sound is
sounds-
way better, Ryan Metlin.
Hey,
See,
Ryan
and look at that,
Metlin.
we can see that.
Yes, exactly. Popped right up. That's
good
so
thing.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how these past 2 weeks? You been good in
Yeah,
church?
yeah.
Seems like it. You guys.
Things didn't burn down.
Right. Not yet. I know. I heard.
I mean, this California's burning, but
right.
yeah,
We're good
yeah.
here. Yeah.
But yeah, we've just been. We're planning for the fall,
That's right.
which is a good thing. So we'll have like good stuff coming out.
Right.
For people to look forward to
Right.
with this weekend, which we'll talk a little bit about that soon.
Yeah.
With CLC Outdoors. But
Before we move forward, I want to just kind of see if I'm gonna be honest. I had to play a little bit of catch up on the sermon series while I was gone. So
Yeah.
I totally did. And it's been to me it's been a really great sermon series, A More Perfect Union, and all of the stuff that you are leading us through. It seems challenging for me as well because you're so dedicated to the values of Scripture, I think, right?
Yeah.
Rather than
That's
getting
accurate.
into the murkiness of what's happening, right? So I just want to ask you, in preparation, how has that been? Have you found tension in what you've
Yeah.
what you're trying to convey versus, sometimes when I'm just gonna be honest, as a younger preacher, right,
Yeah.
like very new to it, I get really scared of what people are gonna say.
Yeah. I'm not so sure that ever goes away. Like,
Right. Yeah.
or at least there's a certain, I don't know, a certain anxiety that you want something to be edifying.
Right.
And you want it to land well and,
Right.
and build people up in faith. And so that's always the goal.
Right.
Even if it's like, it doesn't always hit, some
Yeah.
some are misses or I guess you're like, if you think of it like a target, right, of edification, that some are more hitting the center than
Right.
others. And anyways, you're always aiming for that and you're always a
Yeah.
little bit like uncertain. And with it being, especially without like a congregation in person,
Right.
it's like, it's hard, right? It's
That's
because we
right.
don't know like your reactions to this, like
Can't see
the
if
faces
you're
you're
angry
making.
or-
Yeah. So, and there is something about like, I remember I had a preaching professor who always said this, that preaching is interactive.
Mm-hmm.
You're always, even though like you may feel like you're just sitting there, but there are like there's body language going on where kind of that this is helpful, this is less helpful.
Right.
You kind of know that.
Right.
So, yeah. But the tension of this series in particular with A More Perfect Union, I've said from the get-go that it's not meant to like devolve into just American politics, right? It's like we're just kind of leading up to the
Right.
conventions, and
Right.
that's the point of the series, and we're trying to influence,
Right.
which no, that's really not the goal
No.
whatsoever. Really, it's born out of a conviction that it does feel like the social fabric is somewhat unraveling a little
Absolutely,
bit right now.
yeah.
And just looking at certain truths that Christians hold to that could still unite us,
Right.
and not just could, but should provide a specific kind of witness
Right.
to the culture at large of unity and of really important
Yeah.
truths. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
serious topic.
No,
I mean,
it is, and I think the way you're going about it too. It's like the unraveling of the social fabric and everything. It's also like, I feel like just maybe, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like sort of in the church we've sort of lost how to be the church in many ways, or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
community.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
hammering home those values is
Yeah.
as the starting point of how we imagine our mission with Christ here. It's been refreshing for me.
Yeah.
From like
Yeah.
how you've done this, because I feel like I've lost some of that. It's
Yeah.
sort of like going back to basics. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
this is what brings us together.
Right.
This is what we're founded on. So yeah, it's been great for me.
Yeah, I think some of it, I'm reminded of something that Tim Keller said. He talked about how, and it comes from a statistic that people are actually more willing to marry outside their faith than outside their political party. The indication being that like what's more central to our identity is our the way that we vote. And politics are really methods. And don't get me wrong, there are convictions underlying those methods. But predominantly, they are methods of governance.
Right.
And they should be born out of common convictions, right?
Right.
About the importance and value of human life, for example,
Yep.
is the one that we touched on the first couple of weeks. And
Yeah.
for a long time, I think both parties they had that common conviction, right?
Right.
And so we disagreed on the method, but
Right.
we agreed on something more fundamental.
Value, yeah.
And so in some ways, I want to encourage Christians at the very least
Right.
to provide that witness that there is something deeper than politics.
Right.
Like,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
And more important than that.
Right.
So.
I know, and that's so like, I don't know. I'll just say personally, I'm not trying to get into politics, but like personally, that idea of the party has been really like it's like a struggle with me and trying to see how, because it demands loyalty. I feel like our modern
Right.
parties demand a certain devotion and loyalty from
Yeah.
the electorate
Yeah.
that I've come to feel really uncomfortable with as a Christian.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I've been, like I said, I think I was in our first Thursday Night Live, been really in the Psalms through
Yeah.
all of this, and you just hear so much about being faithful, or
Yeah.
the faithful,
Yeah.
or the righteous, right? Being
Yeah.
faithful and loyal to the Lord above all else.
Right.
And so, big
Yeah.
attaboy from me at least. I
Yeah,
guess I
yeah,
love
yeah.
what he's preaching because
Yeah.
it comes in that time for me where it's just
Yeah.
been so tenuous of like how that loyalty and that devotion that's demanded from it just seems so off to me.
Yeah, and actually, I do get the feeling. I mean, I wasn't alive then, but in like early America, that and for a while, not like it was perfect, but there was a sense of like your president, for example, not being all that important, to be honest. Like,
I know.
like he's just the and so that was I tried to make that a point in one of the messages that people who had power, they were essentially like the mayor, right?
Right, yeah,
When there was like there was a sovereign king, and then you
Right.
just have like a few mayors, and like the mayor's just not that big of a deal,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
like, okay, like
Yeah.
like don't get me wrong, they can mess
Yeah.
things up at certain points in history, and they certainly do. But ultimately, Jesus is still sovereign,
Right.
and I think that conviction would tone down our our rhetoric a little
Right,
bit.
just a little bit, just a little bit.
So anyway.
No, I know that's favorite band is the Avett Brothers. Do you
Oh,
the
yeah,
Avett
yeah,
Brothers?
uh-huh.
Love them. They're dropping a new album tonight.
I always thought it was the Abbott brothers. Am I
Avett,
mispronouncing?
Avett. I say
You
it
probably-
both
I mean,
ways.
if you're the fan, you got it.
Well, I've said Avett like my whole life. Sometimes
Okay.
I say Avett. I
Okay.
think it's Avett, to be
Yeah.
honest. But they're dropping a new album tonight. There's this line that is just always, it's right. It's just when your life doesn't change by the man who's elected, which I know it does. Like it's important, right? Like
Yeah.
those things. But it's always just a lyric, I guess, of a reminder that it's
Yeah.
like not as important as sometimes I place it to be.
Yeah.
Not that that position doesn't affect us, right? It
Yeah.
certainly does. But yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah. So we finish out this weekend.
That's right.
Finish out this weekend. We're looking at it's kind of it's building off of last week. Last week we looked at justice. And this weekend we'll again look at justice. That Micah 6:8 passage,
Yeah.
which is a beautiful passage. If you haven't read it before, so Micah 6:8 if you want to read it. But what does the Lord require of you but to do justice,
Yeah.
to love kindness, and to walk humbly with
Yeah.
your God? So yeah, we'll be looking at that and kind of
Yeah.
wrapping things up. And then the next week,
Oh yeah.
you're preaching.
Right, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm.
So what are you preaching on?
Well, I am.
Just like a little preview.
Right, I am sticking to the lectionary for that Sunday.
Yeah.
Kind of because we're gonna be going to that for the parables coming up, but
Yeah.
also I just lectionary's great.
Yeah.
And it seems to fit in each and every time.
Yeah.
And it's the gospel text for that day is Matthew 18 verses 15 through 20, and there Jesus is, I guess you could say, it's in the passage where he's teaching the church how to church, right? How to be accountable and how to be in community with one another, disciples. The parable of the lost sheep or the good shepherd, I believe, is, I don't know, man, I'm so confused. I started.
Yeah.
I did. I promised. I started.
Super prepared.
But it's the text where Jesus is talking about how to confront a brother and sister in sin.
Oh, yeah.
To go to them, and then if it's not acknowledged, right? Bring 2 or 3 of the community, and then if not, go to the church, right?
Yeah.
And then ends with that, wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am with them.
Yeah.
And so topically, I'm still discerning where the Lord is leading me in that passage.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things I love about the lectionary. I haven't preached
Yeah.
a whole lot on the lectionary.
Yeah.
I know you have, right? You've done
both. Where I was previously, predominantly we would use the lectionary.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like it because I haven't really done much, right?
Yeah.
And so this
Yeah.
has been fun just because it's sort of the text leads you. I feel
Yeah.
right?
You're kind of like I remember actually when I was a member here, they were going through a series of lectionary readings, and I remember Pastor Joe preaching on it was something from Leviticus about offering the first fruits to the Lord,
Right.
And like it was about the importance of essentially of like tithing,
Right.
And he's like, you can't blame me,
Yeah, it's like-
because if you're not familiar with the lectionary, it's just like a 3-year cycle,
Yes,
right, of
yeah.
readings that they're given to you, and a lot of churches follow it.
Right. I grew
Roman
up that
Catholic
way,
Church
yeah.
follows it. A lot of Lutheran churches follow it.
I don't think my pastors growing up ever had a series. I don't know.
Yeah,
Pastor Doro, Pastor Lett, if you're out there, you could correct me. I think they were straight up just lectionary.
Yeah. The beauty of the lectionary is, I think, what do they say, over 3 years, if you do all the readings, right, if you do Old Testament, Epistle, Gospel,
Right.
that you hit like 80% of the
Right.
Bible gets coverage.
Right.
So that way you don't always just hear like
The
your
canon within the church.
Yeah,
you know?
and, like it's not just your pastor's favorite topics,
Right.
Which you don't want just my opinion up there.
Right.
And you want us to be, it's a good discipline, right, for a
Right.
congregation, for us to like be forced to
Right.
look at things that we wouldn't naturally gravitate
Leviticus.
toward. Yeah, right. It's like, let's do a year-long series on Leviticus.
Yeah.
So
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I'm going. I'm just still discerning that direction, but I see the pertinence and the importance of it. I mean,
Yeah.
how do we kind of? It's to me, it's like it's sort of pairing sort of with what you're hammering home these values and for the church, for the community of believers, and yet this text right here, it's coming in and it's giving us some application of how to live amongst one another.
Right.
So, I'm digging into like Bonhoeffer's Life Together right now too, and just
It's a good read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what's coming up. That's what's
Yeah,
coming up.
and then after that, we're going into, Stephen and I both are going to go into parables. The lectionary actually goes through a series of different parables, which I love the parables. I think they're so rich, and it'll be fun to look at them.
Formative and
yeah.
just I love the parables.
Yeah, so starting Labor Day weekend, we'll jump into those feet first. So
It'll be fun. I'm mostly out of the book of Matthew too, right?
almost all of them are out of the book of Matthew.
Because the lectionary is focusing on Matthew this year, right? Year A. So
Yeah. So we got CLC Outdoors coming up. I was actually just as we walked in.
right.
They're setting up out there kind of like a dry run of
Yeah.
like sound, and so we hope that you're planning this Sunday at 6:30 to
6:30.
Gather together. And that just kind of a reminder that it's not a replacement of Sunday morning.
No.
The goal is that like Sunday morning provides teaching and prayer and a way to worship together that way.
Right.
And then Sunday night is a time to gather as a community and to receive communion together. So yeah, I really hope it's packed out, right?
Yeah,
I think
come.
That's
Invite
certainly
people.
a possibility. It's super easy to keep distance
Right.
out there, which we're not doing right now.
Yeah.
But
Right, yeah.
I feel like we should just say that there's like some sort of like glass divider between us that they can't see, but
We're all right. We're
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So I hand sanitize. So.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. It's great,
too.
and I hope you guys are. Like, definitely think about inviting somebody. I mean,
Yeah.
right? It's an easier You don't have to walk into a church. You
Yeah.
just come and bring a chair.
Yeah. I feel like both these ways, I mean, what's our mission, right? To invite
Right.
people into life-changing relationship with Jesus Christ. And both the live stream and the outdoor service, these are like some of the most non-threatening ways to be like, hey,
Yeah.
if you don't have a church home,
Come check it out.
come join us. So
Right.
I think it's just a non-threatening way to do that. So
Should we go over some of like what that's going to look like?
should,
Maybe
yeah.
some. If you have any questions,
Yeah,
seriously,
please
drop them in there about what that night might look like. But
yeah.
um,
So we're going to have. So I think first thing is what to bring. Right.
Right, yeah.
Is you'll need to bring, if you want to sit, you need to bring a lawn chair. So bring some sort of lawn chair or a blanket to sit on. But know that we're gathering out there on the asphalt. So my recommendation would be
A lawn chair.
a lawn chair, but you could bring both certainly. I looked at the weather beforehand. It's supposed to be actually
Nice.
really nice.
Really nice.
The high on Sunday is 93. I looked at 6:30 when we started. It's supposed to be I think like 88, 89.
Oh, it's gonna be cold.
Yeah. Right.
Wow.
Make sure to bring a hoodie.
Yeah,
So the sun will be kind of setting as we
Yeah.
start that service. It'll be really nice out there. So bring a lawn chair. We're celebrating communion, so kind of two options for that. One is to bring. We'll provide the communion wafers regardless. But one option is to bring your own wine, and we'll have cups for you to pour into. Just like we had in person worship, right? We provided cups and wafers. You can bring your own wine, but the other option is if you don't do that, we will have like prepackaged grape juice available as well. So,
And if you're on your way here and you forgot to bring your wine and you're like, I don't want the grape juice, remember, there's Sunrise right next to
right,
us.
shameless plug.
We're gonna plug the
They should
liquor
pay us.
store, right? That's right next door, and they
have it.
They have
Those
it.
little bottles of
Yeah,
wine.
they've
I
got
think it's
the
like
little-
Sutter Home.
Yep, they've got little
think-
bottles of wine just for you. It's for communion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can stop there too on the way
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Or you could stop here and just walk over and come back.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that you
Yeah.
actually need to bring. Those are the main things.
Right.
And we'll just be out there. It's a super simple service.
Yeah.
We'll have a bulletin available with songs in it, and we'll sing probably around 7 songs
Cool.
together.
Cool.
Have a good long reading together.
Yeah.
And then we'll just, other than that, receive communion. And
Communion.
and hang together. It'll be
Yeah.
really great.
It's gonna be great.
Give me the chance to actually
I was gonna say.
get to meet you.
Yeah,
if
you
I
get to-
haven't already.
And if you did, reacquaint yourself with
Right,
him because
right.
it's been a while, right?
Yeah.
So
So masks. So we're recommending people wear
Right.
wear a mask. I will say, like, little kids, like really little
Right.
kids, if your kids are kind of flimsy with masks, we're outside.
Right.
We don't want you to feel super pressured or worried about that. We kind of realize that people are going to be
That's a good question.
running around. Little kids are going to be kind of active at that
Right.
time. So,
Right.
yeah.
Ryan Mentlin, this great question. Where are we parking?
It's a great question, Ryan.
Yeah. So the way I remember it, because it's still the plan, right? We'll
Yeah.
have half of the sort of like VBS.
Yep.
If you're around here like VBS, if you're not, I apologize. But sort of half of our parking lot will be blocked off for worship, and then the other half will be for parking, right?
Yeah.
But then we also have next door,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we have that whole
about it.
parking lot
Yeah.
where JJ's used to be,
Yeah.
which JJ's is closed now, so
Yeah.
there's not any traffic in there,
No.
and it's a
And we
Sunday
don't-
night.
think anyone's gonna have a problem with you parking there
Yeah.
for that evening. So there's parking to the side, parking in our lot, half of it, and if
Yeah.
we have a handicap as well
Yep,
in our lot.
handicap spots will be available. Those will be not blocked off. So.
Right, and so yeah, great question, Ryan. But
Yeah.
I'll mask up. But
Do I have to wear a shirt, Ryan?
yeah, that'd be best. That'd be best if you wore a shirt, Ryan. If not, we'll have a robe for you.
Yeah, right. So, like, you know those signs that say no shirt, no shoes, no
Yeah.
service?
Yeah.
You just have a no shirt, no shoes, no communion?
No communion.
Like, turn you away at the...
No, definitely wear a shirt. Definitely, we suggest you wear a mask as well. Great question. Fine, be that way. Yes. Thank you. Good job, Ryan. Good
Working
job.
on your tan.
Yeah, and good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about this evening worship.
Yeah,
It's
me too.
I was thinking, I have to do a little bit more background research on it as well, but this just seems something that the early church did as well.
Yeah.
They would meet together in the evenings for the Eucharist.
Yep.
To share, early Christians were not necessarily Christians at that time, right? They were Jews going
Right.
to synagogue with Jesus as Messiah, and there was in the early years, right? And then they would meet together as followers of the way and Christians, right? And
Yeah.
I think it was the Agape Feast. or
Yeah,
something,
yeah. I
Love
think that was the
Feast.
name of the Love Feast, was
The
what they
Love
called it.
Feasts,
Yeah.
and they would
Cool
meet
name.
for communion.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what? This is cool.
Yeah.
Sort of fits together.
Yeah, I think there are some Baptist churches that still kind of follow this tradition, right?
Right, you were saying that. Who was
There, Alistair Begg, if you
That's right.
listen to him, Truth for Life is his ministry. Is really trustworthy but good stuff that
Totally.
he produces.
Check him
But
out.
anyway, his church is out in the Cleveland area, and they have a morning service that's normal worship without communion.
Right.
And then really there are built-in expectations that people will come back that night for a different kind of service and
Yeah.
receive communion together.
Yeah. And that's the
Yeah.
same thing here, right? It's not,
Yep.
evening is not replacing morning. We want you to worship in the morning with us on our
Yeah.
live stream.
Right.
And then same sort of idea.
Right. Yeah. And there's no sermon on Sunday night.
Right.
Which, I mean, maybe that's like a draw. Like, oh, great. We'll just skip Sunday
Depends on who
morning.
you ask.
Yeah.
There are those people that go for the music. There's the people that
Yeah.
go for the for the sermon. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. It'll be a really good time.
And there'll be a reading, of course.
Yeah. We'll
Word
read the
is-
Word of God together.
Yeah.
Actually, that brings up another point that I was going to add to what you can bring. Certainly encourage you to bring a Bible.
Yeah.
If you'd like to read along with us, certainly you can just listen. I think that's even the early tradition too,
Right,
of like
right.
just listening to the Word being read.
Yeah.
But please do, if you want to bring a Bible and read along with us, I think that's a healthy thing as well.
Right.
So, or even just to use that time, we're going to have time before and afterwards if you'd like to just sit and have private
Yeah.
devotions outside and
Yeah. Circle
it's
it,
just-
ask a question. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Bring your Bible. You should always bring your Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's. I was gonna find a way to plug this anyway. So you just brought up hearing.
Yeah.
One thing I was brought to my was by I think Candace is the one who introduced me to this, and through COVID it's been great. It's this app called Dwell. Have you heard of this?
No, I've
Dwell.
not.
DWELL.
Yeah.
And it's an audio Bible app, and it is like totally. It's awesome. It's like
Yeah.
totally changed my Bible reading.
Yeah.
Because it's
So you listen. Yeah.
and they have like I think there's 8 different translations on there, 8 different voices. You can turn on background music, like hymns. I have classic hymns and piano going on or something like that. And you can pick anywhere in the Bible, and they just read it for you. Or it's just I love it. It's awesome. I'm trying to plug
Yeah.
it to as many people as I can
Yeah,
because
yeah.
hearing Scripture I think is we get so focused on our private reading, right?
Yeah.
But just hearing it in long form, long chunks.
Yeah, long chunks, yeah.
Right. Like
There's
just
something beneficial about that. You get
Right.
some. I remember someone saying actually, you would never open a letter from a friend and read like the central paragraph, like the
No.
2 sentences in the middle, and be like, oh, those are great.
Yeah.
But you read the whole letter, right?
Right.
And like a lot of things in the New Testament in particular, I think
Yeah.
of Paul's letters.
Right.
They're letters. They're meant to be read in total.
Right. Right.
So there is something really good. It provides something different. Don't get me wrong. I think studying a few verses
Yes,
like
of course.
intentionally.
Yep.
But I think at the same time, reading something as a whole
Right.
gives you a better grasp of the whole
Right.
message, right?
Totally.
Start to see
That's
it.
been my experience.
Cool.
That's like
That's really cool.
I've been going through just different like
Yeah.
books, and I've been in the Old Testament mostly. Just like I listen to the whole. Daniel takes 35 minutes to listen through. And it's like wow, get to listen
is
to
really
the
cool.
whole story.
Yeah.
You know, and see how it all shapes out.
Yeah.
Um,
Dwell. You said
Yeah,
it's-
Dwell.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
DWELL. I think there's a subscription price to it. I think it's like $30 a year. So,
okay. Yeah.
if you can't afford it, let me know. I will pay for it for you. I'm talking to Chrysler.
Yeah.
Just be careful if you can't. I'll do what I can.
Yeah.
Or I'll find someone that will pay for it for you.
Right. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if y'all have any more questions or comments, let us
Yeah.
know about upcoming Sunday if you are points of clarification for
Right.
that. So
You can always reach out to us if you're not on right now.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. But please do just encouragement to invite
Yeah.
people to come join us.
Great.
And then the following Sunday,
Yes.
we'll have the Habit Food Truck, and that
Yeah.
meal is free of charge. That will not always be the case that we have like free food.
Free food. Yeah.
But this one in particular, we had booked for Pastor Joe's retirement in the past, and that celebration got canceled. So we'll have the Habit Food Truck. We still had our deposit for them, and they'll come out and provide meals for us. So
The Bible app does that.
Jason
too.
Segan, the Bible app.
So there's
Yeah.
the Bible app. That's a great name for
Is that
an
one
app.
free?
Yeah, is that one free,
You
Jason?
should let us know.
Yeah, because I should cancel my subscription.
Yeah, Will is shaking his head. Yes,
Yes,
it is free.
It came in sooner to Willie.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
Yeah, Habit though. Love the Habit. I haven't had the Habit in a long time.
yeah. I haven't had it since we moved here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it around?
We live right by it, and I
Was
can like
it
smell it when I'm out walking.
around growing up. I don't know. Like Michigan is. There's no Habit in Michigan.
I
so
don't know if it was
new to
always
me.
here.
Okay.
I grew up in Candy Country, so
Okay.
it was like, I don't know. We didn't really
Okay.
come over to this side.
It is free. Oh yeah, you said. Okay.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Actually, Habit. I'm sorry, we're all over the place. Vince Cook's in the room. I think Vince is the first person who took me to the Habit
yeah.
when I moved here. The Cooks. Remember, we went to the Habit. I think we went twice. We've gone twice? Yeah, we have. I went twice with the Cooks.
I love how we're providing some behind the scenes.
I know.
Just come around.
Right. It's a community.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So,
Cool.
good deal. Anything else you got, Steven? Or
Hey, nothing right now. I just
Yeah.
I'm excited to get back to some in-person stuff coming up here.
Yeah.
Our youth ministry stuff is coming out as well. It's still getting developed. Just making sure that we have a good, tight plan.
yeah.
Trying to just make it really consistent and something that can't be taken away. I know
Right.
that sounds crazy, but
Yeah.
I think we're like there with
Good,
the
good.
calendar.
Meeting outdoors.
Yeah,
and
meeting
having-
outdoors.
Yeah.
Meeting outdoors weekly, Tuesday nights, same impact, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then some Wednesday night stuff we're planning out, which will have more information for you all, with confirmation involved with that. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I
Really
know.
excited.
In E-News this week, if you haven't read yours yet, I know it was shown that we're having a Campers of the Kingdom.
Right.
KOK. I think we're calling it camp because like you're allowed to do camp right now.
Right, right.
So we're having Campers of the Kingdom. Esther's leading that on Wednesday nights,
Right.
and we'll have a parents study
Did it-
together as well.
Oh, it messed up. It doesn't.
Are we back?
I think so. Yeah.
We're back. We kind of lost the camera.
Oh, it does that.
So yeah, Esther is leading a children's ministry on
Right.
Wednesday nights, and then we'll have a parent study on Wednesday nights as well. So more information is forthcoming about that. But if you look at E-News, there's good stuff
It'll
about
come out.
that starting in September on
Yeah.
Wednesdays. So that'll all be outdoors. That is, so
Right.
that we can gather
And
in ways
distant
that are
and do what we do. Follow the guidelines and just
Right.
do what we do.
yeah, right.
That's
Yeah.
all right. Getting kind of used to it.
Yeah, me too.
I was checking out some ties and mask combinations. I really like ties. People, I don't know. There was a moment here at CLC where I went through wearing ties.
Okay.
And I got made fun of all the time. I
Yeah,
just really
yeah.
like wearing ties. And
Why did you
it's-
get made fun of?
Because look at us.
Yeah.
None of us wear ties. It's California. I'm wearing this is the shirt, my niece Evie calls it my French shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Uncle Stevie, you're wearing your French shirt tonight. And I'm like, no, it's like a California thing. But I saw these, now they're making masks with the same pattern as your tie.
Oh man, that's
and
too
I'm
funny.
so excited.
Yeah.
I really want to get a combo.
Yeah. Oh, you should. You really should. You could preach it. I mean, no, you don't want to preach wearing a mask, but you could like
Right.
wear it to that service. So,
What's up, guys?
yeah. So,
There you go. Okay.
yeah.
Well, do you have anything else?
No, just looking forward to this Sunday
Yeah.
in particular.
How's
So,
Paul doing?
CLC Outdoors.
I know I ask
He
you
is
this every
great.
time.
Yeah, he's doing great.
It's a newborn. So.
He's coming up on 8 months.
Okay.
So the newest thing is, so he started crawling about like 2 weeks ago it was now?
Yeah.
Which like, that's kind of a game changer. He's
Right.
like, you can't just set him in one place and expect him to stay. He's just like gone. And he's obsessed with like the dog and also the dog's water bowl. Like he likes to go over to the water bowl and pull it over and then just be like drenched, right? So that, and then last night, in his crib, he decided to pull himself up. This is like
Yeah.
right before bath time. He pulls himself up and is just standing. We're like, what are you doing?
Right.
And he has this huge smile on
Big
his face,
smile,
right? Like
yeah.
so proud that
Yeah.
he's standing. So.
And you guys are freaking
He's
out.
great. Yeah,
He's
we're
growing
like,
up quick.
what the heck? Like, yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah. So it'll be fun he'll be here. I'm pretty certain he's going to be here Sunday night. Christy and I haven't actually talked about that,
Right.
but I think our assumption is the two of them are going to be here Sunday
Cool.
night, and that'll be
Cool.
a fun chance for people to see him too.
Yeah.
He's a good little guy. He's a lot
That's
of fun.
awesome.
So
That's awesome.
yeah.
I know. You were teased because your ties had dinosaurs on them. That's right, Ryan. I have dinosaur tie, and that's actually my favorite tie. Well, my new favorite tie is a daisy tie, but that dinosaur tie was. This is cool.
Wait, did you
should
say
I
your
tell the
new
story?
favorite tie is a daisy tie?
I love daisies. This
Okay.
is weird. I know. You're learning a lot about me, Pastor Garrett. I love daisies, and it goes to the.
Okay.
I have so much to share right now. Daisy is theological.
Yeah.
It's theological. It's because the camp that I worked at and lived at, like went to my whole life, Camp
Yeah.
Arcadia. The guy, the first camp director, his name, they called him Chief Wireman.
Okay.
He wasn't native or anything. That was the name he had, Chief Wireman. And he was part of Walter Lee Camps,
Yeah.
big Lutheran Camp Association back in the day. And one of his main teachings, I guess you say, is like the one that if you're like called on the spot and you got to teach.
Yeah, yeah,
I
uh-huh.
think I've asked you that before.
Yeah,
Do you
uh-huh.
have one ready always to go or something? But this was the one he was most known for. It was with the daisy, and he would always, we call it Chief's Daisy, and he would draw it on the chalkboard, and he'd draw a daisy. And the idea was that like this was the representation of our life, that we are all flowing from one golden center, Christ the Lord, made pure and white by
Yeah.
Him, right?
Oh wow.
And so that, and then like I love the movie You've Got Mail. It's so horrible.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, good. There's this moment where there's daisies on a handkerchief, and I don't know. Daisies I've loved daisies my whole life, so I have a
Yeah,
daisy
I feel like
tie.
you're giving these guys ammunition. But.
I am. This is things they don't know. They already make fun of me. The dinosaur tie was a wedding. All
Yeah.
of the groomsmen,
Yeah.
we all had ties.
Dinosaurs?
The groom bought us.
Different dinosaurs?
Yeah, he's my best friend, Eric.
that's
He
pretty
bought
cool.
no, not dinosaurs. He bought us all ties with something else on it that represented our personality. So
Oh, okay.
I got a T-Rex. So
Okay.
you just think on that.
I'm trying to
Try
combine
and
that with
match-
daisies. Yeah.
Yeah, you can match. Sorry,
Yeah.
that was too much about me.
Yeah.
So what do you like?
Yeah. Yeah. Stripes. I don't know.
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clerical collars.
There.
So.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have churches where like the pastor typically wears a tie, right?
Right.
Instead of the clerical collar.
Right.
Or,
Aren't they usually Baptist though, or something?
yeah, I think so. A lot of Baptist pastors will wear a tie.
Right.
And,
The suit and the tie and
yeah. And like the evangelical pastors dress really hip.
Right,
And
yeah.
I don't know what Lutheran pastors. I mean, the clerical collar is part of it, but
Right.
then I don't know.
We got to
Yeah.
come up with the Lutheran uniform of the
The
month.
bland long sleeve T-shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
Very drab.
Drab,
like-
right. Oh my gosh.
Which would be, I don't know. I won't go there. So
Yeah. Cool.
yeah, cool. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We
Yeah.
appreciate your time and
Yeah. Hope
we-
we didn't overshare.
yeah, daisies and dinosaurs. So yeah, good to hang out with you all. We're glad you checked in with us, and
And can't wait to see you
yeah,
Sunday night.
Yeah,
right?
Sunday night, Sunday morning.
Sunday
At least
morning.
that, which we won't see you on that, but yeah, for sure Sunday night. We're really looking forward to seeing you in person. So
Yeah. Can't wait to worship with you and
Yeah.
sharing
be a good thing.
the Eucharist, the
Yeah,
communion.
yeah, what the church is meant to do together. So
Cool.
yeah, all right, all.
Guys.
Have a good night.